Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching the StudyIQ IAS English channel. In our today's discussion, we'll be discussing an important component of India's air missile defense system, that is the S-400 missile system. Why are we discussing this missile system? Because yesterday, India used many of its surface-to-air missile systems like the S-400 Triumph, and not just the S-400 Triumph, but we also used Barak, which is an Israeli origin medium-range surface-to-air missiles, our own indigenously developed Akash missile systems, and they all played a key role in the Indian Air Force's integrated counter unmanned aerial system grid. Now, Indian Air Force used this grid or air defense missile system to protect India from the attacks that were done by Pakistan on 15 of our military bases and several cities located in its border with Pakistan, right? So in this regard, naturally from the exams perspective, these kind of missile systems become important, right? So in this regard, let us quickly try to understand each and every one of these missile system, and the notes for this session as usual will be available on my Telegram channel. This is called as ATS Live. You can go search the keywords ATS Live on the top right hand corner of your app, and also you can scan this QR code. This will take you directly to the channel. What you need to do, subscribe, and then you can download the notes. Now we'll start off our today's discussion with these S-400 missile systems. Now these S-400 missile system, in India, they are known as Sudarshan Chakra, which have their origin in Mahabharata, as Sudarshan Chakra was a weapon used by Lord Krishna, right? Now, these S-400 Triumph, they are actually Russian origin missile systems, and they were developed by a company known as Almaz Central Design Bureau. Now, they are known to be a very cutting edge missile systems, and they are categorized as a long range surface to missile systems. Now, long range surface to missile systems, these are popularly abbreviated as SAMs, right? Now, this S-400, it is regarded as one of the most advanced air defense systems in the world. What are other most advanced air defense systems in the world? These are called as THAAD, which is an American origin air defense system. Similarly, Patriot, also of America, and of Israel, there is a very famous one known as Iron Dome. Okay. Now, this THAAD was a subject of PYQ which appeared in the prelims examination. That is why we are covering these important articles. So, comparison to these anti-air defense systems and surface-to-air missiles, Triumph is probably one of the most advanced air defense systems anywhere in the world, right? So, let us understand the features of it. Now, this S-400 system, why is it so advanced? Because it can detect the target enemy flying objects up till a range of 600 kilometers. And not just it can detect it, it can also destroy these targets up till a range of 400 kilometers. And these S-400 systems, in addition to other missile systems also, they form a very important component of India's integrated air defense system, right? So in this regard, let us understand what these S-400 systems actually are. Now you can see this image. This is the most popular image about the S-400 system. But S-400 squadron, they don't just conduct, or they don't just have this particular launch vehicle. It also consists many of other equipments. What are these kind of equipments? Let us find out. Now, each S-400 squadrons, they consist of 2 batteries or launch vehicles, right? The ones that we saw. But in addition to these batteries, each of these squadrons, they are also equipped with command and control system, surveillance radar, and an engagement radar. How these different systems work? Let us try to understand this. Now, this is the very basic representation of how the S-400 system works. Suppose if an enemy aircraft is fast approaching India, right? So this surveillance radar, it can identify enemy aircraft up till a range of how much? 600 kilometers. And based on this detection of the enemy radar data, it transfers this data and sends this data to an command center, right? This command center is also located very near to the surveillance radar, and these are also field-based command control systems, right? Now this command control system, it will interpret the threat. It will see what kind of a threat it is. Is it an aircraft? Is it a missile? Or is it a drone? That it will understand the speed of the threat. Accordingly, it will decide whether to use missiles from S-400 system or from any other air defense system to destroy that target. And suppose if it comes to a conclusion that you need S-400 missiles to destroy these targets, right? So it will send the data to the rapid fire control system, which will then track the enemy aircraft and accordingly order these launch batteries to launch a missile, and accordingly these missiles launched from these batteries will effectively destroy aircrafts, drones, missiles of enemy aircrafts, right? So this is how this S-400 system works, and each of these batteries, they can support as much as 128 missiles. So please remember all these two facts because these are very important. Now India, it signed a deal with Russia for 35,000 crore rupees, which approximately then valued around $5.4 billion in 2018 to procure 5 squadrons of these S-400 systems. And currently the Indian Army, it operates 4 of these squadrons, with rest 1 of the squadron it is expected to be delivered to India by next year in 2026. Now let us understand the important features, what makes this S-400 system so effective. First is that these systems have a long range capability, because these S-400s have the ability to engage aerial targets up till a range of 400 kilometers and up till an altitude or height of 30 kilometers. Therefore, it can defend our area space from large amount of threats like missiles, like aircrafts, like drones, etc. Similarly, this employs a multi-missile system, because this S-400 system, it is equipped with not 1, not 2, but 4 different types of missile which can reach to different kind of ranges. For example, the biggest of them missiles known as 40N6, which can go up till 400 kilometers in range. Similarly, if the threat is somewhere nearby, you can use this 250, 120 or 40 kilometer range missiles. So in total, it employs 4 different kind of missiles. Now this also has a multi-target tracking and engagement facility. For example, it can simultaneously track up till 160 targets and engage 72 targets at a single point of time, and it includes different types of targets: aircraft, drones, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, all can be targeted. What you need to remember, 72 targets can be engaged at a single time, right? That is why the batteries are employing as many as 120 missiles at a time. Another important aspect, that they are having advanced radar and detection system, which employs a mixed type of phase radar as well as AESA radar, and it can detect even the stealth targets and low flying threats even in the presence of electronic countermeasures. So suppose if the enemy aircrafts, enemy radars, they use the electronic warfare facilities, these won't be effective on S-400 and they will do the job accordingly. Similarly, it has the ability to even detect stealth aircrafts, and that is why US was apprehensive, and US went to an extent to threaten India of imposition of CAATSA sanction if India procured these kind of weapon system. But India being India, it did not pay any heed to the American request. Also, S-400 is very special because it has the ability to be deployed anywhere and quickly. Now, because these systems are installed on mobile launch platforms like trucks, like trains, therefore you can rapidly relocate and deploy it according to your own military operations. Therefore, these are suitable not just for defensive but also for offensive operations. So suppose if Indian Army would go inside the Pakistani territory, it could take S-400 systems with it, which will provide Indian Army and the Indian ground forces the adequate air defense system there also. Also, these systems have an integrated command and control system, which means S-400 can be integrated into a large air defense system, and it is also interoperable with other missile systems. Therefore, if it interprets the threat as low level threat, it can also order other missile systems like Akash, like Eagle IS, like Barak system to destroy the target. Therefore, it is compatible with not just Russian origin missiles, but it is also compatible with other missile systems, be it Indian origin, be it Israeli origin. Therefore, its interoperability with other systems makes it so good, right? So these were all relating to the S-400 system. Now let us discuss the other missile systems that we were discussing, right? Next is the Barak 8 missile system, and these are Israeli origin missile systems, and these are categorized as medium range surface to air missile system. Now these were developed in togetherness with Israeli Aerospace Industries and the Defense Research Development Organization of India, DRDO. Now these missile systems, they were designed to provide point and area defense. Point and area defense in military terms Point defense is a defense which you there defend a particular installation or a particular building, and area defense is that you defend a one piece of land, maybe a bigger area, right? These have the ability to ensure both point and area defense. Now these can also, like S400 system, deal with number of aerial threats, be it aircrafts, cruise missiles, and even helicopters. What is more important, particularly for India, that these systems are available in both naval and land-based versions. So even the Indian Navy ships, they have deployed these Barak 8 missile systems, particularly the destroyers of Indian Navy. Now let us talk about their features. First is the range. These are called as medium range surface to air missiles, right? So therefore their range automatically would be less than S400, and their range is up to 100 kilometers. Now the altitude up till which it can intercept the target is up to 16 kilometers, and the speed of the missile once fired from the launchers, they can achieve the speed of 2 times the speed of sound, that is Mach 2. Now the guidance system is that they use two-way data link, active infrared seeker technology to guide the missile to approach the targets, and the operators of Barak 8 in India include Indian Army, Air Force, and even the Indian Navy, which I have already told you. Now let us talk about the Akash missile system. Akash missile system is the system developed in India, particularly by DRDO. Now this is also a medium range surface to air missile, and it also has the ability to develop it anywhere and deploy it anywhere. These are mobile SAMs, right? Now these are designed to defend against various aerial threats, including aircrafts, helicopters, and even ballistic missiles. This system is notable for its high ability to engage multiple targets simultaneously like S400. But the most important point about these missions or these missile systems are that these are indigenously developed or based on indigenously developed technology. That is why Akash and its achievement is so important, particularly for us Indians. Now let us talk about the key features of these missile systems. First, Akash can have an operational range of up till 25 kilometers. So comparison to Barak, it has less range. But when you look at the altitude, it can tackle the aerial threats up to 20 kilometers in altitude, whereas Barak could only tackle threats up till 16 kilometers in altitude. Now, this also has the ability to deploy anywhere, that is mobile deployment. It can be configured to be launched from mobile platforms like trucks, like launchers, and therefore it allows for rapid deployment and relocation of these missile systems. Further, like S400 system, they also have an ability to engage targets multiply. That means they can engage up to 4 targets at a time in both autonomous and group modes. What was S400 simultaneous tracking? S400 could tackle and simultaneously target 72 aerial threats. Okay. Now, these Akash systems, they also have enhanced capabilities. That is the new generation Akash missiles known as Akash NG. They have the range of up to 70 to 80 kilometers. Similarly, they are powered by a more advanced electric motor as against the existing ramjet engine of the earlier generations of Akash missile. Now, these new generation Akash missile has been tested, and it has been found out they are more capable in intercepting high-speed threats, as they are having advanced and improved missile seekers as well as radars, right? So that is why Akash is so important. And please remember, Akash NG has a high range of up till 70 to 80 kilometers, and these are developed indigenously. Now moving to the last missile systems, these as you can see are launched by soldiers of Indian Army. These are man-portable missile systems known as Eagle-S, and these are also Russian in origin. So in this regard, let us understand what are these kind of Eagle-S. Now these are called as man-portable air defense system, abbreviated as MANPADS, and these are developed by Russia. Now the biggest quality of these missile systems that they are handheld defense systems that can be operated by an individual soldier and even a group of soldiers known as crew. Now it is designed to bring down low flying aircrafts like helicopters, like drones, and they also can identify and neutralize air targets like cruise missiles and drone, particularly if they are flying very low and very close to the ground. Now the benefit of these kind of missile systems that they are very light in nature. The weight only about 10.8 kilogram, that is the missiles, and the entire system weighs just 18 kilograms. So anyone has the ability to lift even some amount of weight, they can actually use these Eagle missile systems, and therefore it offers us the significant battlefield mobility, which makes it ideal to be used by ground-based units, particularly the units who are deployed very close to the border in LOC, that is a high threat zone. Understand? So therefore its compact nature makes it much more usable as against the other launchers. Now this is also capable of engaging targets up till a range of 6 kilometers, and when it comes to altitude it can track targets up till a height of 3.5 kilometers. Now it uses infrared homing systems to lock on the targets based on the heat signatures of aerial targets. So any target with even a iota of heat signature will be tracked and destroyed by Eagle-Eye system. Now after you launch the mobile or missile system, it can travel at the speed of 400 meters per second, and you know how much time you need to launch another missile from Eagle-Eye? Just 13 seconds. So this is why it is so effective in the very near range targets, particularly drones, particularly helicopters, and that is why we provide these missiles to our soldiers in the forward areas. Understand? Now if you understand, let's see if you are able to solve this question that I have curated on S400 Triumph missile. Also, you'll see a PYQ based on third. So please let me know what is the correct answer of that PYQ also. Please try to solve this question. Let me know the correct answer in the comment section. And if you want to download the notes, these will be available on my Telegram channel, ATS Live. As I've told you, go to the channel, subscribe to it, and you can download the notes. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Please be safe. And until then, please have a very good night.